Thank you, everybody, for joining. Welcome to the Wednesday Night Comic Book Presser. I am Ultra Maximus, here to take you on a journey through the new releases of Wednesday, February 24th, 2021. Hello again, everybody. Thank you again for joining me in this lovely little office studio I have here in Cybertron, Central Florida. I am the one and only Ultra Maximus here with the tie game on fleck. Maybe one day we can have a power tie challenge between comic book hosts, but until then, I think I reign supreme. But anyway, thank you guys for joining. Again, you know who me. I'm Ultra Maximus. And you guys are absolutely the best people because I'm at like 377 subscribers. So this is where you can find me when I'm not over here on the flip side dropping bombs. I have my own little channel called Ultra Space Maximus. And if you guys can give me a subscription over there, it's much appreciated. You can, of course, follow me over there on IG and Facebook at Ultra Maximus. You can also find me on Twitter, Ultra Maximus at Ultra Maximus X. Looking forward to some conversations with y'all, and you guys know what time it is. It is time for some spoilers because we are the Wednesday Night Presser here on Flipside, and we're going to talk about some new books, but that's not all we're going to talk about. So if you guys have not watched the Presser before, basically we do a rundown of all of the new book releases, and then we get into some topics of conversation that may involve some spec. So I hope you guys stick around and while we get to the goods of the show here. And let me just check on the chat here real quick and see what's going on. And Alien on YouTube, thanks for joining us here. And then Darth Lopez, good, pleasure to see you, man, as always. Andy T, thanks for joining. Blue Green, good to see you, man. Thunder, good, what's up, man? Brad, how are you? And Cover Lover, thanks for joining in the chat. And for everybody else who's joining on other platforms who I can't see you, thanks for watching. If you're watching this on the rewind, be sure to leave me a comment below. Let me know what brought you here and what you're watching for. And let's kick it off. Let's get into it, everybody, because I'm here to show you the goods. And where's my mouse? Lost my mouse for a second there. All right. So first up, everybody, you know how I like to do it. And I got to give my shout out Book of the Week honorable mention. And it goes out there to Something That's Killing the Children, 1 in 25 incentive, already going bonkers. All you people who love this Something Is Killing the Children, you guys are faithful to your story, and I'm really liking it. And shout out to Mighty Mel V for his Mel casts when he casted the Something Is Killing the Children group. But you know what, guys, we got to talk about this Book of the Week, and we will be talking more about it. Marvel Voices Legacy #1, Miles Morales variant. And yeah, there was a ton of variants for this book, but you know what? The Miles Morales variant seems to be the one that has been set apart from the rest. But you know what? Let's get into this stuff. Massive thanks to everybody. First off and foremost, I want to give a massive thanks to Wanda Comics, and a reminder for you guys. Wow. First off, foremost, thanks Darth Lopez for this. Thanks for the advice, and you're going first to market. You know, Darth Lopez. You're not like other people. We actually talk in circles. So, yeah, you know, you got a little bit of an advantage over some of these guys, but thank you for the super chat, man. That is much appreciated. This is going to help us improve the channel, because that's really what it's all about. But anyway, guys, there's a lot. There's Andy's pick. Yep. That's Andy's pick. Don't know what I'm excited about this week, but you know what? You should be excited about a bunch of things. So let's just see what there is to be excited about. So first off and foremost, of course, these thanks again. What I was trying to say was my Wanted Comics giveaway from last week. I have 2 of them. You guys didn't claim your prizes yet. Please give me a message, claim your prizes, and let's get into the presser this week, everybody. We got a lot of books to get through. But, of course, your soundtrack tonight is provided by White Bat Audio. If you could drop them a subscription as well for wonderful copyright-free, usage-free music. All right, everybody. Our first publisher up this week is the old Aardvark. And he is dropping us the amazing Batvark. You guys reading Cerebus? I hope you are. Cerebus is a good thing. It's not for everybody, that's for sure. And for that, we understand. But still good stuff going on over there at Cerebus. All right. Next up, we got Ablaze. And Ablaze is the one that offers us the wonderful book from Mirka Andolfo, Unsacred. And there is your cover A, your cover B, your cover C, and then your sketch variants. The other one was your 10 copy incentive. There's your 20 copy incentive, and then there's your 30 copy incentive, and then negative space variant again. I don't know what's with all these negative spaces, but Acme Inc. And they were dropping rock and roll biographies on Oingo Boingo, and I know of Oingo Boingo. And, yeah, very intriguing music, that's for sure. Aftershock. Shattering expectations. We've got I Breathe the Body, number 2. And then we had Kaiju Score, number 4. And then the new release, brand new book, Nuclear Family, number 1. There's your cover A. And then there is your 15 copy incentive. Pretty cool looking. Next up, we've got Sympathy for No Devils, number 5. That's going to round it off for Aftershock. Ahoy Comics drops us with this wonderful banger, Edgar Allan Poe's Snifter of Blood, number 5. Next up, we've got American Mythology Productions dropping The Moon Made 3 Keys. And here's your cover A, your cover B, and your cover C, which is your limited virgin. But it doesn't show very virginized on this one. It actually shows a sketch variant on the artwork they provided. But that's just what they provided. Archie is the next one up. Betty and Veronica Jumbo Comics Digest number 291. Then we have Artists, Writers, and Artisans giving us Year Zero, Volume 2, number 4. And then from Avatar Press. Now, Avatar Press is not something I've normally read, but I will say this. They dropped a ton of books this week. So, bear with me here, because it looks like some of these are reprints, because Cross Plus 100, number 1 NWO Century Fall of Fantasy, cover A. There's your cover B. And your cover C. Then there's the Cross Plus 100 Mimic number 3, NWO 50 Shades. Then there's this one. This is Doomsday. And then your Doomsday B. And then number 5. So these are Uber number 0 Blitzkrieg variant. So the Blitzkrieg is apparently on because the Blitzkrieg variant is what all these are listed as. So that was Uber 0. Then you've got 1. You've got 2. There were a few of them that weren't on the solicit, though. So number 3, number 4, number 5, Uber 6, and I'm your Uber driver tonight, Uber 8, Uber 9. And these are all sketch variants, and I think that they did all these with one new release, and that'll be the last book that Avatar Press has for me. But here's 11. There's your 12. There's your 13. Your 14, your 15, your 16, your 17, your 18, your 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, and 27. And then I believe this was the new release, which is the only color one on the whole list, is your Uber Special number 1, your Blitzkrieg variant. So there you have it. Avatar Press. And if Avatar is worth reading or any of those Cross Plus 100s, leave me a comment on the video. Let me know what I should be reading, if it's anything in there worth taking a look at. Behemoth Comics gives us Paranormal Hitmen number 1 of 4. There's your cover A and your cover B. Interesting concept. Black Box Comics dropping us Devil's Dominion number 2. Shino Cage number 2 of 3. Boundless Entertainment giving us a bunch of nude covers with no cover art. So Helena Ravening number 1, 50 Shades Ravening nude cover A, your cover B, your cover C, your cover D, and then we got Jungle Fantasy bag set, 5 count, midnight release. Broadsword Comics gives us Tarot, Witch of the Black Rose, number 126. Your cosplay variant. And then your 10 copy incentive variant. Heavy Metal. Brooklyn Gladiator, number 4 of 5. Chasing the Dragon, number 1 of 5. Here's your cover A. I didn't see a cover B, though. Darkwing, number 1. Darkwing, number 3 of 10. Fishkill, number 4 of the 4-issue miniseries. Savage Circus, number 3 of 10. And Tarna, number 3 of a 6-issue miniseries. Up next, we got Keen Spot. And Keen Spot gives us the Ninjas and Robots. And here is your number 4 cover A. You have a cover B. You have a cover C. And then here is your 5 copy incentive variant. Keenzer and Company gives us Knights of the Dinner Table number 280. Mad Cave Studios dropping us Villainous number 5 of 5. And here we got Scout Comics giving us a new number 1 today called By the Horns number 1. There's your cover A, and then here's your 10 copy Lopez Unlocked variant. And then we have Frank at Home on the Farm number 2. And Phantom Star Killer number 1, 3rd print. Source Point Press giving us Black of Heart number 4 of its 5-issue miniseries. Claim Song of Ire and Vice number 3 of its 4-issue miniseries. Damn Cursed Children number 2 of 5. And then one of Flipside's favorites, Dead End Kids, Suburban Job number 2. And there's your cover B, which is your 5 copy incentive. And then we've got 8th Immortal number 2 of 4. Era of Great Wonders number 3 of 6. Fear Diary Special Edition 1-shot. Touching Evil number 13. And then awesome book. Warcorns, Combat Unicorns for Hire, number 2. It's 4-issue miniseries. And then we got Valiant dropping us some Bloodshot. We've got, here's your number 11 cover A. There's your cover B by Manco. Nice minigun, by the way. And number 11 cover D. I don't know where C is, but it's a pre-order bundle. So I don't know if cover C is pre-ordered in there or if they're just not showing us the cover C's. Don't know what to say there, but this one is Wake Publishing. And this is Essentia number 2. Essentia number 1 had that Jim Lee variant. Zenoscope giving us Grim Fairy Tales number 45, cover A. your cover B, your cover C, your cover D. Robin Hood Iron Maiden, 2 of 2. There's your cover B. Your cover C by Burns. I think the Burns one is the best of those three. I might be biased. Redheads. Buffy the Vampire Slayer, number 1. But this is the Faith miniseries. So Faith got her own book here. And then here is a 10-copy incentive by Quinones for Faith. And then there's also a 25 incentive copy. And then there's the foil variant. Firefly number 26, cover A. Cover B. Here is your unlockable version. Your 25 copy incentive. And the 50 copy incentive. Something is Killing the Children, number 15. This is the end of a story arc. And there you have your 1 in 25 copy incentive variant. We only find them when they're dead. Got multiple printings here. And check this out. This is the 5th printing of number 1. The 4th printing of number 2. 3rd printing of number 3. 3rd printing of number 4. 2nd printing of number 5. And that rounds off our boom list. So let me real quick before we get into Darkhorse, I just want to take a look at the chat, catch up here, see what you guys got going on over here. So there's a lot of people who were messed up by the storm. So shout out to Mel V. Thanks for joining us, man. So what's up, man? And let me just check on this. So we got everybody in here, man. We got a full house tonight. Thank you guys for joining. Really appreciate this. The whole neighborhood's watching. So Jamie Sandoval, thanks for joining. I hope everyone got their comics. My LCS didn't get come through for me. Diamond messed it all up. Hey, Jamie, there's a lot of shipments. There's even stores down here that didn't get their shipments, but one of my LCSs did. So I was fortunate to get books. So this presser may actually be a benefit to some people where they might not actually be able to get into getting some of these books until tomorrow or maybe even Friday. So I wish you luck, man. I hope you all are able to get them, as soon as possible. So yeah, man, lots of weird stuff. You like surprises? So do I. And let's see here. You should have passed on the Wolverine Finch 1 in 50. You got 2 Something is Killing the Children. It would have been cheaper. Can't win them all, man. We try. We really, really do. And as much as Finch has not been letting us down on the artwork department, it's really hard to pass up his variants sometimes. So, and this is nuts. So. Oh, well, congratulations, JJ. If you moved a copy and you didn't want to keep it in your PC, that's always a plus. So, all right, everybody, let's take a look at what Darkhorse had to offer us this week because they had some goods too. Crimson Flower, number 2. And then here is your number 2 Patrick Reynolds variant. Skull Digger and Skeleton Boy, number 6. And there's your cover B. And then Tales from Umbrella Academy, You Look Like Death, number 6, gives us a cover A, a cover B, and a cover C. And I'm really wondering if they're going to be source material for other future seasons of Umbrella Academy. All right, everybody. Now, let's be honest. Dynamite has more variants than they do have regular releases. And so, yeah. Let's just say this. There's going to be some variants I probably didn't get on here because I don't think I had time. But for the most part, they're all going to be incentive variants of the same artwork that you're seeing here. So please, if you are a Dynamite collector and you aren't already pre-ordering the heck out of some of these books, and you're going to see something on this FOC or on this new release book list today, man, just get with your stores on FOC because there's way too many variants for this stuff. But here we go. We're going to kick it off. Okay, so we got Betty Page number 4, limited version. Then we got Betty Page number 5, limited version. And then we got another Betty Page number 5 limited version variant. And then we've got another Betty Page number 5 limited version variant. So I don't understand why the first one was number 4. George R.R. Martin's A Clash of Kings, number 11, cover A. Here's your cover B. And then here is your 10-copy Virgin incentive, your 20-copy Ruby Black and White incentive, and then your 25-copy Miller Virgin. Now, for the rest of these, Red Sonja number 24 has a Castro FOC bonus variant. And then here's your cover A by Jay Lee. And your cover B by Linsner. And then your 24 cover C by Stott. Cover D. Cover E. All right. So of all the artwork I just showed you for all those Red Sonjas, there is like from a 7-copy incentive all the way up to like a 50-something copy incentive. Check with your LCS, please. Sacred 6 number 6 also hits us with a bunch of good books. Here's your limited Perilla Virgin variant that they left over from last week's releases. This is what gets me about Dynamite. Sometimes they will release a book, but you won't get a variant until the following week. So we'll see how that goes. Avengers of Vampirilla number 15. There's your Castro FOC bonus. And there's your cover A by Perillo. Cover B by Oliver, which those two are fire. And this one's pretty fire too. Cosplay's pretty good too. All right, everybody. Now we're getting into the goods. IDW Entertainment. Sonic the Hedgehog number 37. There's your cover A by Stanley. And then here is your cover B by Gray. And then for your 10-copy incentive, I can't say that name without messing it up, and I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it any injustice. Usagi Yojimbo, Wanderer's Road, number 4 of 6. Your Peach Momoko is your only cover option for that one. Image Comics, Crossover, number 4. And there was a ton of secret variants to go along with this cover B, so make sure you guys are looking for the different ones. There may be, I think, 5 different ones. Crossover number 4, you got your blank cover. Crossover 10-copy incentive. 25-copy incentive. And then we got your 50-copy incentive, the Ellipsis design variant. And then there's your 1 in 100 copy Mike Allred variant. Department of Truth, number 6, cover A. And cover B. Ice Cream Man, number 23, there's your cover A. And your cover B. Philadelphia, second print of number 12. And my only guess is that for everybody who reads Philadelphia, they weren't able to obtain Philadelphia because of that McFarlane cover. So you guys all bought out the McFarlane cover so much that the readers of Philadelphia actually had to get the book to go back to second print to be able to get their reader copies. Monstrous number 32. Look at that cover. Nailbiter Returns number 10. And then we've got Nomen Omen's final issue. And I still hear that there's a lot of deaths, and I think it's the final issue of this book. So we'll see. Hey, we got a newbie here. James, thanks for joining the channel, man. And thanks for joining the channel on the presser. I really appreciate you saying that this rocks. Please be sure to give us a thumbs up, man. And if you can, share this video with some friends who might need a little bit of help with the comic, releases and such. That's what we're here to do. So Oblivion Song is also bringing us some goods. So here is your Oblivion Song number 30. Post Americana number 3. One of my pickups today. Rain Like Hammers number 1 of 5 second printing. And then there's number 2 of 5. That was released today as well. Savage Dragons number 257. Your cover A by Larson gives us your regular trade dress. And then it gets the retro styles for the cover B. And Scumbag number 5, cover A. And then Scumbag gave us a 10-copy incentive to go along with that. Spawn 315's cover A with your She-Spawn on the cover. Here's your cover B by Capullo and McFarlane. Your cover C. And then Capullo is giving you guys who love his raw pencils something to chase. And that is a 50-copy incentive of Spawn. Good luck to you out there chasing that. And then here we got Stray Dogs number 1. There's your cover A. And there's your cover B, which is the sick Silence of the Lambs homage. Stray Dogs number 1 gave you a cover blank. And then this one was interesting. So this is an acetate cover. So it actually had like an animation cell acetate wraparound on it. And so Andy T saying it's a sleeper. Now, Andy T is, of course, the famous Andy from the Indie Spotlight. So, of course, he would be on the ball for these indie books. So he says it's a sleeper. Well, I'll be looking forward to it. So we'll see what happens, man. We really will. And then, of course, Two Moons gives us cover A. And then your cover B by Zafino. And then here is a cover C, which is a blank sketch. Now, the remainder of these are the reprint of The Walking Dead #1 Deluxes, which is the colorized version of Walking Dead. So David Finch gave us a cover A and a 1 in 25 incentive sketch variant of each of these releases. That was issue 1. Here's your issue 2. 2's 1 in 25. And then number 3. And these are all half zombified of major characters in the story. So what we have here is it an opportunity for you guys to pick up some good books for slab-worthy signatures? Maybe. Rare? Possibly. I don't know how heavily ordered these Walking Dead Deluxes are. They got to be lower ordered than the original one because it's like a lot of people maybe weren't really going after it. But we'll see. But they gave us up to 6 with a 25 copy incentive of those 6 issues. So may the odds be in your favor on your hunt. And then, of course, out this week, we've got DC giving us Batman Black and White #3. There's your Middleton cover. That looked good on the shelf, honestly. And then we've got your Randolph Poison Ivy variant for cover C. Batman White Knight presents Harley Quinn #5 of its 6-issue miniseries. So penultimate issue here, everybody. And then here is your cover B by Matteo Scalera. Future State Aquaman #2 of 2. Your cover A by Tony Daniel. Oh, I'm sorry, Daniel Semfmir. I thought it's... See, I'm messing up. So my apologies. Cover B is Carrie Randolph's cardstock variant. Future State Batman Superman cover A by David Marquez. And then, of course, Art Adams giving us the Future State Batman Superman #2 of 2 cover B. Future State Dark Detective #4 cover A, Dan Mora. And then there's your cover B, your Brian Boland cardstock variant. Future State Legion of Superheroes #2 of 2 cover A, Riley Rossmo. Then here's your Ian McDonald cardstock variant for that same book. Suicide Squad #2 of the Future State line. Peacemaker in that big old shiny helmet. Can't wait to see John Cena as Peacemaker. Future State Suicide Squad #2 of 2, Derek Chew. Future State Superman House of L one-shot. Now, I flipped through this one myself. I really like this cover. I don't know why. It just hits to me. But that was your cover B. And then here is your Future State Empress Lex #2. And there's your Scan cardstock variant. Generations Forge #1 one-shot. Cover A by Liam Sharp. And then here's your cover B by Raphael Albuquerque. All right, everybody. We're getting into the home stretch here because we're in the Marvels. So we're getting into the goods. If you stuck with me for this first 29 minutes of this show, I graciously appreciate it. You guys are the best watchers a guy doing a podcast could ever hope for. I tell you that. Amazing Spider-Man #60. And there's your only cover for this one. Black Cat #2 second print variant with our Goddess of Magic. Black Cat #3. Black Cat #3 with a incentive variant too. Oh, and here's my editorial mistake of the night. This is supposed to say Black Panther #23 cover A, and it does. Underneath the Black Widow Dodson variant. Black Panther #23, the Black History variant by Souza. Your Tedesco variant. And then, hey, Darth Lopez, my man. Hope you picked up this Black Panther Finch variant. This is a 1 in 50 Finch variant on the issue after an 11-month hiatus. Captain Marvel number 26. And then we've got this Avengers Mech Strike variant. We also had this Marvel Masterworks variant. And then here was your SFAR variant, your 1 in 25 incentive. Captain Marvel had another book out today, but it was Captain Marvel's Snapshots, number 1. And there was your cover B. And then there was this 50-copy incentive hidden gem variant by Dave Cockrum. Throwbacks. Daredevil number 25, third printing Chiquito variant. Wait. This thing went 3 prints? Yikes. And they also had a Peach Momoko ratio variant. So there were still a ton of second prints on them. The reason why I said yikes is because there was a ton of second prints still on the shelf in my shop. So, but nonetheless, King in Black Namor number 4 of 5. And then there's your Giordano variant. King in Black Planet of the Symbiotes number 1 of 3, your second print variant. And then we have King in Black Return of the Valkyries number 1 second print variant. But they weren't done with giving us some King in Black Return of the Valkyries, because we had issue 3 in stores today. Offered us some variants as well. We got the Nauk Headshot variant and the Nodo variant and the suit. Pardon me while I take a sip of water. There we go. King in Black Return of the Valkyries number 3 Sousa variant. Maestro War Impacts number 2. And then your incentive variant for that one. Final issue alert. And if you weren't paying attention, this is the final issue of Magnificent Ms. Marvel, while I guess they get ready to retool her line, I guess, to match along the lines of what's going on with her show. But we'll see. Interesting story, too, because Stormbreaker's on the cover. Storm Ranger, yes. Marvel's Voices Legacy number 1. And, of course, you guys know this was the chosen book of the week. Thank you for joining, Cherokee Metal. See you hopping up in the chat. I just can't highlight you right now, my man. Marvel's Voices number 1, Busto Stormbreakers variant, which also features some characters. Well, features Cloak, but also features one of the characters from Strange Academy. And then, for obvious reasons, Miles Morales is super hot right now. And what we have here is probably one of the coolest Miles variants to drop in the last couple of weeks. I know we got a Miles variant basically every week or two, but this book is moving. It started jumping right immediately this morning, which is wild considering that people haven't even gotten their shipments in some places. The Edge variant probably not going to do too bad either. And honestly, I have a hunch. About something that this Marvel Voices book's going to do a lot of things here soon. And then, of course, continuing the Sousa collection with the bright-eyed Monica Rambeau variant. And look, this right here, I get everybody's hot for the Miles. Monica is due. That's all I'm saying. And I think this, look, I collect things in a very eclectic way. I like to collect full runs, complete sets, that kind of stuff. I'm putting together a set of these. Maybe a few. Maybe I'm trying to get a couple sets of 9.8s. Who knows? But I will say, I think this cover was underappreciated just because people were blinded by how good the Miles cover was. But I think this one's going to have a future to it. I like them, but yeah, you never know. It's Spec. Spec can go good. Spec can go bad. New Mutants number 16. And I'm loving that we've got Gabby as part of the New Mutants team. Star Wars Dr. Aphra number 7 gave us a second print this week as well. How ordered was that second print? Sword number 2, second print. Symbiote Spider-Man King in Black number 4. And then this one, of course, probably a bit of a sleeper because it's an incentive variant on an under-ordered book because I didn't see any in the local stores. And it's a symbiote cover. So David Nakayama kicking it. The Union number 3. And I'm gonna collect all 5 of this series, and I'm gonna read them all straight through and see how they do. And then they gave us a design variant for this one, and that was by Silva. And then this one also making a little bit of waves here today. I Am Just Ice. Okay, so it's I flipped through it and I see where they're going with this one. Yeah, U.S. agent apparently getting replaced by another agent on duty. I don't know. Very weird book. Flipped through it, but not really reading it myself, so I couldn't really give you a fair assessment on the whole series. Warhammer 40K, Marinus Calgar, and then here is your Games Workshop variant, which I'm sorry, that's just awesome right there. And then good read of the week, Wolverine number 10. Here he is with Maverick. And then, of course, the Finch, rounding out all of his incentive variants. They gave him a bunch of 1 in 50s this week. And there's Finch's 1 in 50. X-Men number 18, which gave us this cover A, which our man Darwin, we haven't seen Darwin in a while, right? You know, and they gave Darwin a bad rap in First Class. He was supposed to be able to survive anything, and he didn't survive the movie. So what the heck? Anyway, X-Men number 18, Momoko variant. Another Sousa Black History Month variant by Storm. And I'm sorry, but this one's up there with the Monica book. And I love the pastel colors that have been used on all of these. They all just, they hit. And then, of course, there was a 1 in 50 incentive out there today by David Finch for Magic on the X-Men number 18 variant. All right, everybody. So at this time, we've been through all the new releases. We're about 37 minutes in. I want to give a shout out to Wanda Comics. Make sure you are checking them out. And of course, if you are one of my 2 winners from last week, make sure you get at me so I can get these books mailed out to you. All right. So here we're going to break into some other things. Let me check in with you guys here real quick. Man, it's kind of harsh. There's not too many Monica variants. There is true. There's just not a whole lot of them out there, and I have a feeling we're probably going to be seeing an influx of more of them in soon. And I have a feeling Monica Rambeau's character is probably going to be seeing a little bit of a revival in print formats. But we'll see. But everybody, let's get into some other news, because besides all the comic book releases that have been happening, there's some other stuff going on in the universe. And unless you're living under a rock, you don't know about Wanda Vision. Well, let's talk about it. So comicbook.com has given us a report where some funny things were said. So while there any real declarative reveals from our Monica Rambeau actress, WandaVision fans can snag a few takeaways from this interview. So the aerospace engineering thing could still be a thing. At no point does she laugh it off as a wild fan speculation. She's either really good or straight-faced lying about saying she never really heard of Reed Richards or Fantastic Four before the fan series, or the fan theories, or that there's some big disappointment coming in the Fantastic Four front. So with that said, I'm piecing together some other things on that whole front. So first off, foremost, I don't think we've seen the engineer. I still think we have an opportunity to see them. Secondly, we know one of the cameos. Supposedly there's 3 cameos left. So if one of the cameos is our man, Stephen Strange, those remaining 2 are going to be pivotal to the story. So we shall see who those 2 are. I've got some speculation on who I think it is, but you know what? Leave me a comment below. Let me know who you think those 2 remaining cameos could be. And I may join you in the chat a few days after this show. Of course, tomorrow night's episode is going to come on. And I say tomorrow night because I'm not going to sleep until I watch that episode tomorrow. So be prepared. I look forward to it myself, though. Fingers crossed, my man. Fingers crossed. All right. So that was one front of the WandaVision thing. But you know what? There's some other things going on there. Let's take a little DC clip here real quick. So Superman, the animated series, is getting HD remaster over on HBO Max. I think it's pretty cool considering Livewire and some of the other things that happen on that series are pretty cool to watch. I'm excited about this, everybody. We got news. We got a release date today. Loki will be joining us on June 11th, 2021. So Disney Plus is giving it to us, man. They're giving us, right now we're getting WandaVision. Falcon and Winter Soldier's up next, and then directing the Loki. No gaps between the shows. This is amazing. Amazing, amazing, amazing. If it's Mojo, I'm going to be happy and sad at the same time. But anyway, Loki joining up for that is pretty cool. But also, we got a release date for the Bad Batch. And the Bad Batch will be releasing 1 year after the final episode of the Clone Wars. May the 4th be with you all, and may the 4th be with you when you watch the Bad Batch. But you know what? There was also a really actually big piece of news. So we had a couple of actors trolling us, like really hardcore trolling us. And it's not that they were trolling us intentionally. I think they were being trolled by the studio. You say, Ultra, what do you mean by that? Well, I even went and my friends thought I was trolling them when I went and I saw the official name release. And I told them, I was like, this is the name of the show. And they're like, the name of the movie. They're like, what? No, it's something else. This is what Tom Holland was saying. I'm like, okay. No, this eventually did reveal itself to be the true name. So shout out to all my friends in that group chat where we're talking about this one. Just completely oblivious to me, but it's cool. It happens a lot. I tend to be spouting off a lot at once, so it's kind of hard to take in. But anyway, everybody, let's get into the next segment. Next segment is one of the fun ones. This is this week's recommended reads that you read. Did you read that last part right, or do we read it again? Read it again. So if you didn't know, if you're this far into the show and we're getting into the stuff that gets read, if you didn't pick up books today, obviously there's going to be spoilers. So please, if you don't want to be spoiled by me reading books, watch a show on Friday after you go to the store. I don't know, but please watch the show still. Appreciate you watching. House of L, number 1, giving us what I thought was just a wicked B cover. But you know, I decided to look inside of it. So after the Dark Knight's death metal scenario, we now have, this whole universe, I guess, the House of L, where they're fighting each other, and we've got Blue Lantern, Superman, and all sorts of stuff, and a brother and sisters. Yeah. Not only that, there's an entire group of super people in the House of L that call themselves Valkyries. Kind of derivative from a Marvel project, wouldn't you think? But even with all this, they fight a bunch of Doomsdays. There's a big clash in this going on. The Black Racer is also in here, and it's apparently the Black Racer is somebody else. So with all this going on, can there be anything really, really spec-worthy in here? Yes. So right here, we have what is apparently the son of the main Superman. So Superman, who is Clark Kent, this is his son. Is this John Kent? Calls himself like Pyros or something really, really weird. But anyway, gets into a fight with the other super people. They really want to beat this guy. He's known as like the Red King. Got a skull holding on his thing. He's like worse than Superboy Prime. But Dad shows up. And of course, Dad showing up, he's got a problem with it because the two of them want to fight. So Dad kicks the ever-living crap out of him, but he says, look, there are other universes that need us, that need help. I want you to be better than I ever was. So this is like the quickest turn from Brightburn to Superman that has ever happened in comic books history. And basically all the other people are like, are you serious? You're just going to like squash this and fly off? And he's like, yes. And not only that, not only are we going to fly off, but you need to interpret the story to whereas it shines it in a good light, which I thought was really weird. Still a good read. I enjoyed it. My next read was an 11-month hiatus giving us back into Black Panther. And you know what? Let me catch some of you all up because you all should be reading this because this is a really, really good story. Some time ago, King T'Challa sent a party of Wakandans through a time-distorting wormhole where they founded a second Wakanda, one that quickly forgot about its peaceful ways and established an expansive empire across the cosmos. In that empire, N'Jadaka was later seemingly killed. He was the killmonger of that empire. The Black Panther returned to Earth, but N'Jadaka, via his symbiote suit, followed, With the help of superpowered insurgents, Zini and Tetu, Emperor Njika was resurrected and possessed Eric Killmonger. They resurrected Killmonger with the symbiote from this other empire of Wakanda. I know, we're getting deep here, right? All right, so anyway, they're battling for dominance inside of Killmonger's mind, but there are allied hatred for T'Challa with all the other people who are going through there. These people do not like T'Challa. They hate our king. So they want to take him out. But in this issue, we get interactions between the possessed Killmonger and his symbiote talking about gods going through the gate and storming. Because basically, they're amassing an army to take over Wakanda. And in this, we have Storm, Black Panther, and a whole bunch of other people taking a look at these gods that are just hanging out outside Wakanda. The little girl that shows up, however, is an incarnation of Bast. Do you guys remember the issue number 4 of this run? If not, issue 4 of this run shows the ghost of Bast in a White Panther form on the second print cover. This is a series worth going back to issue 1 and rereading. It's got M'Kraan Crystal tie-ins, symbiote tie-ins. I mean, this is deep Marvel universe. This is where I was hoping that they were going to go with Black Panther in the MCU as far as establishing an intergalactic empire of Wakanda and giving Black Panther more of a sci-fi twist with the technology that they already have. It's already incredible, right? We'll see. But more to this, because there's a whole lot more going on here. So Storm and a whole bunch of other heroes are actually here in Wakanda. And when I talk about a bunch of other heroes, Miles is there, Riri's there. If you're flipping through, you see Falcon. You just see so many people there to defend the Wakandan Empire. However, you guys are watching at the right time because this book is so not talked about today. It is so buried underneath all the other news. There's a first appearance in here. And I want to point out to you guys this first appearance because it's a mutant. So, Black Panther number 23 gave us a backup story that was 3 pages long. It's a story called Letting Go, and then it features Storm venturing back to a part of Africa to see a girl whose parents were killed by some of these, let's just say, some jerks. Some people, some bad people doing some things in her country. And this little girl's mutant powers manifest, and she controls rocks. So after all is said and done, Storm convinces her to not hurt people. And even though these people hurt her parents, Storm tells her that after she leaves, justice will be done. But Storm takes this girl to Krakoa, and Storm keeps an eye on her. Her name is Abeni. And that's Abeni. And there she is, center on that right panel. This is a first appearance in a backup story. Okay, first off and foremost, Marvel doesn't do things without reason. They wouldn't just throw a backup story in this book for no reason, right? What that reason is, I couldn't tell you because we don't have enough clues yet. But I will say this, that this right here is possibly the sleeper first appearance of the week. It's a mutant that appears in the back of a backup story of Black Panther who took an 11-month hiatus. So with all of those things said in mind there, I mean, that's a lot going on. I don't know if there's true spec worthy, but that may cause a little bit of a jump on some of the books, maybe. I don't know. But I at least wanted to point this out to you guys because this happens when you read them. And let's see, in here, we also flipped through Ms. Marvel number 18. And Ms. Marvel number 18 is basically just giving us the showdown with Storm Ranger. Last issue, first page starts off with her battling, and then it goes into a flashback mode, talking about how she got there. But this is where it gets interesting. So after all the fluff that's in the issue, the filler and all that stuff, Storm Rangers basically come back to terminate Kamala. And Kamala starts getting into a real bad battle with her. Amulet shows up, and that might actually cause a little bit of jump on Amulet stuff because he's a true hero. I mean, he definitely showed up to help save Kamala. And we see how Amulet's powers actually work, and it's very interesting to see how that works in this issue. But Kamala talks to her and convinces her that, what are you going to do? You want to destroy me and then die? And then she's like, I've been there before. The darkness, there's nothing. She basically scared Storm Ranger off. So after a hard battle, she says the right words and Storm Ranger just flees. So first off and foremost, there's a couple of good things. For one, Storm Ranger's character, not dead Spec. For two, obviously they're going to be doing another Ms. Marvel series, probably sometime closer to her Disney Plus show. So yeah, or maybe even before that. Who knows? But this right here, good stuff. Again, final issue, and of course, Merca and Dolphin did the cover. So it's not a total washout if you're wondering why they didn't give us any variants or anything. Let's see here. X-Men number 18. We dive into the Vault. So the Vault is this time-displaced prison, basically. And inside the Vault, it's got its own protectors, but we have Sync, Darwin, and X-23 entering the Vault. Darwin's powers, again, he's again able to adapt. He's never before been able to mimic other people, but it shows him being able to mimic Sync's powers right here, which was probably the first clue something was going to go down. All right, so there's some details you guys should be reading if you're reading this book. Hickman does a lot of text stuff, and these text things are a lot of clues. It's very, very deep, so I'm not going to go through it all. But basically just talks about the manifestations that's going on. So, again, the Vault senses these guys coming. They set up, they wait for them. They torch the elevator, but what they didn't know is that they jumped off early. And, of course, Wolverine, she may be X-23, but she's Wolverine, and she's the best at what she does, and what she does ain't very nice. So, dead one person. And then the rest of them, guess what? Yeah, well, the rest of them get it too. Now, Darwin gets burned by this dude who's on fire. And then as he's using X-23's healing factor, while she's stabbing him, he gains his powers. So everybody is like in shock and awe at this, and he torches the last remaining members of the Vault. But old girl here has no parts of it, and she basically detonates herself. And this is where they leave off the issue. So we'll have to find out what goes on more in issue 20 or 19. Either way. So that's it for the reads I got in. I wanted to read a heck of a lot more, guys. I want to read as many books as I possibly can, but with a limited amount of time and a 4-year-old, unfortunately. Yeah, my kid just had a birthday, so I'm also putting together a huge, jungle gym slide thing, swing set thing for him in the backyard, big old play set. But working on that for the past couple of days. So I literally only had today to get the presser stuff together. And unfortunately, I did the secret variant, the FOC show, on PowerPoint. And I do the presser under Google Slides. So you can see the little technology differences here causing problems. And the file was so large it wouldn't convert. So I was basically stuck. But thank you guys for sticking through. So we're 53 minutes in. We're almost at the end. So we're now at the goods. So I want to remind you guys that Wanda Comics giveaway is still available, and if nobody claims those books, I'm gonna give them away again. But you guys want to know where my head's at for this week? Let's take a look. So one of the things I like to do for you guys, I like to show you a little bit of the spec picks that I picked for the week. This right here, Spawn 315 cover A, and the cover A with She Spawn on it was the one that was selling, besides the 1 in 50, obviously. Marvel Voices. Now your A cover under ordered. This cover under ordered. This one sold out at Diamond. So yeah, under ordered. This one right here also under ordered. This is also under ordered. But they're all under ordered because inside of them is, was a secret that kind of revealed itself, and I'll get into that in a minute. This one right here was also a spec pick because reasons. That's all your different covers of Black Panther, including your 1 in 50 Finch. And then Phantom Star Killer #1's third printing was my other spec picks. Now, in the spec matrix, some of the reasons why I picked some of these books. Well, she spawned from 315. We got a cameo for her in Spawn 61 and a first full as Jessica Priest in 63. And this is, again, the same Jessica that gets shot up in Spawn, telling Spawn he doesn't have the guts. Throwback to an amazing piece of cinematic history right there. Oh, let's see. Well, Jamie, I gave away the books last week, so if I don't hear from these people soon, I'll probably have to re-give them away. I don't know. I'll have to figure it out, man. We'll have to figure out how to do it. I might have to do a whole new giveaway. I'll start all over again. All right, so if you're looking for more Jessica Priest stuff, and of course the 2-page spread that shows her is in Spawn 300, and of course it's done by Jeff Scott Campbell with inks by McFarlane. Pretty awesome if you ask me. But that's not it. So, Marvel's Voices features the return of another symbiote. So this symbiote here, was first featured in a previous book known as Venomverse War Stories. I'm going to give a shout out to Gary Nusser, who, when I was presenting this information to some of my connections this morning, those connections had already talked to Gary Nusser, and Gary Nusser had already dropped the knowledge. So I don't know how good of a spec play this is, but it might actually be Web of Venomverse War Stories #1. Got that Matina cover for cover A, and then the limb variant. And I think the limb variant was open order. Woo! All right, so we're almost done, guys. And again, we're 56 minutes in. I try to keep this thing about an hour or less if I can. Here's the Ghost of FOC review, everybody. The Ghost of Monday. So if you guys didn't check out the books that just went under final order cutoff on Monday, these are the ones that I'm picking for my picks to think that they're past final order cutoff. So their availability may be a little bit on the lenient side. We'll have to see. We'll see if my spec is correct. Maniac of New York selling pretty well, and they sold so well that they had to do a second print. Teen Titans Academy #1, and the Red X wave just continues to ride. And of course, here you got your cover A and a cover B. So again, we've got people, still trying to debate over which Teen Titans Future State is the first Red X. So look, I'm going to say this here, that Teen Titans Future State #1 should technically be the first in continuity Red X. He's in multiple panels. He talks, flashback and current time. He's on the cover of the second print. Cover B, for number 2, obviously a really sick cover. They're all worth getting. And you know what? This one right here, I think is going to be worth getting too. But we'll see if they continue, how long they're going to continue this Red X mystery. And if Red X is one of the people who hacked the H-Dial, and all the people who hacked the H-Dial are in that little section right there, then wow. It's amazing. Another one of my FOC picks, very, very much channeling his inner Jeff Scott Campbell, but it is not a Jeff Scott Campbell variant, is the retail incentive cover for G.I. Joe number 280. And then this one. Now, this one's very interesting. So you all need to check with your retailers on this one, because this is not an open 10, get a 1 in 10 variant. This is the Usagi Yojimbo variant for issue number 18. You had to order at least 10 copies of number 17 to qualify for this one. Check with your stores, because this is not a book that's going to be common. This book may actually be a tremendous heater because of that ordering situation. I really can't explain it. All I know is broken down to me, and I kind of grasped it. But yeah, it says that you have to order copies of issue 17 in order to qualify for the incentive variant on issue number 18. Invincible #1 is dropping us on yet another #1, and this is the Amazon Prime Video variant. And then what I'm calling before, and this is just going off of what I see on FOC, everybody. This is not me getting any advanced copies, any insider information. But I read Radiant Black #1, and this is Radiant Black #2's 1 in 25 incentive. The Radiant Black number 1 sets up, basically a friend, or the one guy is the main guy, is a superhero, and he's all about being a superhero. It's all good. And his best friend's there, and his best friend's kind of like, a little bit on the questionable side. Like his morality compass is a little bit off. Like, too many people have been putting magnets on his morality compass and telling him it's all pointing north when it's not. So I have a feeling, and I'm calling it, this one's probably going to be his best friend getting the red Radiant Black suit, whatever it's called. So we'll see if I'm right. Am I right? Is Ultra Maximus right? Leave me a comment below. Let me see what you think. Is Ultra Maximus right? Is the kid's best friend from Radiant Black issue 1 going to be the one that winds up with the alternate powers opposite of his? Makes for good storytelling, I would say. Now, another one, and this one's wild. Okay, so these Stormbreakers variants have been 1 per store, and then order all you want. Now, we're past FOC. This variant, very unique. Stormbreakers variant, but it also has top in the rear with her face covered. I think I knew who that character was. If you read the previous issues of Black Knight, you probably know who that is. However, we know that the ghost of the oldest Black Knight is the one in the back. But who are these two people in the foreground? Behind Black Knight, but in the foreground there. I'm wondering if we got some new first appearances on this one, and quite possibly we do. So we'll see if I'm right on that spec call. And again, this is based off of just looking at the book. And then this one right here I picked also just because it's a Mark Brooks Captain America punching Hitler. And who doesn't love punching a Nazi? And of course, we've got Captain Marvel with a Hans variant delivering the woe is me, lovers, roses. Oh, Karl. And then I got to say this, these Bartels just absolutely slamming covers. Just the color work that she does. This right here is the Iron Man one. Here's your Spider-Woman. And again, Bartel, thank you. Those look great. And then my final book of this list, and the reason why I chose this one is because it's the best cover by far, including incentive variants. Third print wasn't too bad. I thought third print was a pretty cool looking action-like cover. But the fourth print cover of Star Wars High Republic number 1 is delivering. Can it make it the 6 prints? I called 6. We had a group amongst us where we were all making fun of things and saying, it's going to go 6 prints. I really think it will. 2 more to go. All right, everybody. This has been a fantastic presser. We made it. We made it all the way through. You guys know that Ultra Maximus likes to do things, so please be sure to tune into the next episode. And you can do that by subscribing right here to this channel. And this channel, of course, is Tales from the Flipside. And I'll be going live next comic book release day. There will be a comic book presser every Wednesday night, 10:15. Unless I'm on vacation. And if I'm on vacation, I hope I get a good fill-in. But other than that, please be sure to like the video. Don't forget to share. Leave me a comment below. Not in the live chat for all you live chatters, but in the comment section. Let me know what you're reading. Let me know what I should be reading. Let me know if I missed something, which I don't think I did, because I did miss something last week, and I felt very, very horrible about missing a slide. But don't forget to subscribe and tune in to all this other wonderful content we have over here on Flipside. Modern Playbook, 3 Comic Money, Vintage Voyage, Modern Comic Mayhem, the Hot 10, of course, Comic Book Women, and, of course, Tales from the Dark Side. There's probably a whole bunch others, too, and I might have missed them, but subscribing will help. And, of course, you'll get the wonderful Wednesday Night Comic Presser with me. And, of course, you can find me, of course, on my own channel. Let's get that number. I got rookie numbers over there. I don't tag my videos. I don't break the algorithms. The only way I'm doing it is by subscribing and you guys liking and sharing. So I really appreciate you doing that. And I'll drop a speculation matrix over there every now and then. And, of course, I do a little FOC thing called the secret variant. And then my regular raw report, which is my pickups video, where I try to drop some spec in it every now and then, too. And then, of course, you can find me over there on Facebook and IG at the Ultra Maximus. And then Ultra Maximus at X, Ultra Maximus X over there on Twitter. And then be sure to subscribe to Mighty Mel V YouTube as well, because 12:30 a.m. on Saturday mornings, you guys know that's where we do the drunken chat. And I do an exclusive version of the Raw Report Speculation Matrix over there. Please be sure to subscribe to that one. Like and share those videos. Make sure you are, of course, following my buddy Herd S. Eric, who's joining us in the live chat here tonight because he is one of my graphics people. And let's see, that soundtrack, of course, provided tonight by Whitebad Audio. Please be sure to give them a nice little subscription as well. And, of course, the Wednesday Night Presser, often imitated, never duplicated. I go last for a reason. Wanda Comics. We'll figure out this giveaway if nobody claims their prizes by next week. But I do want to, again, thank you all so much for watching. This means the world that you are here. And you know what? I will check you all next time.